Hello world, and welcome to my channel. This video is going to be about another King's product, and it is a portable induction cooker. I hope you like this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Cheers! Okay, so the reason why I bought this is that I just set up a mate's ute with a King's bat box. He doesn't know anything about 12 volt. He has a 12 volt setup. It just wasn't working, and he just doesn't get a clue about 12 volt. So I said, for mugs like you, I said, it'll be the easiest way is to a plug-and-play system like a King's bat box. So I bought him the bat box, and I set it up for him, and I said just plug and play. One says alternator, one says solar, and you've got two inputs and things like that. So it's virtually just plug and play. And he can plug his old board into the King's bat box. So he can still haven't changed the wiring around, but he can do that at a later stage. Yeah, and then he wanted an external a battery monitor like I've got, which is a Renogy battery monitor. So I'm in the process of setting that up for him as well. They virtually you can see everything in the one screen, and that's what I like about the Renogy ones. So yeah, I'll show you what this is, and then I'll cook on it. Yeah, so what I did is I set. He had an induction cooker, and he wanted to use it on his King's bat box, which is 120 watt. He bought a 1500 watt inverter. So we tried out his induction cooker, and I said you can only go to medium, otherwise it's going to do too much current for your battery. So anyway, he played with it, and we cooked on it, and he was happy with it. And he's just gone out camping and called me the other day, and he said it's working well. So I've decided, well, I might do a review on the King's one and use it when I go to the Cape. I'm trying to lighten what I'm taking up there. But if I'm by myself, it doesn't matter. But the extra person coming and extra gear, I'm just trying to lighten the load as such. So I'll show you what's in the box, and then I'm going to test it and experiment with it. Boiling water, if I can, and that's the main thing, to have coffees in the morning up at the Cape. Cooking is not important. We're going to eat out as much as we can, and save on weight for food and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to unbox it now and show you what's in the box. Okay, I got this with a bag, only because it was cheaper to buy the induction cooker with the bag than it was to buy it without. I paid $54 for it with the bag, but I think it was $69 for just the induction cooker without a bag, and then you had to buy the bag on top of that. So I'm going to open it up and show you what's in the box. that's it in the box. Stick the box up there for the moment. And that's it there. Has all the details on there, and it looks quite good and attractive. Model and everything is on the back there, and the plugs on the back here as well. It comes with a user manual, of course, 12 months warranty. And that's the bag it comes with. So I'll put that aside. And that's the bag. So as I said, they all come with the usual King's warranty. That's that. So I'll just stick all that up in there for the time being. Nice soft grip handle, and the bag is all vinyl lined, so if you get any cooking fat on it or something, easy to be wiped down. Padded as well. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of the King's bags and I have no problem with them. But I'm not camping every weekend. If you're full-time on the road, maybe you'd have problems, but I don't have problems. Yeah, this is a closer look at it. It's got your warnings up there. Your place where you put your pot on there, because it's an induction cooker. It works on magnets. I'm an electrician, so I work on all the time. You got a lock to lock that, and you got timers, and you got modes, on-off buttons, and your temperature will be displayed in here. So, because I've only got a 1500 watt inverter, I'm going to have only use it at 1000 watts, and that's what King's recommend from their website. So, and which is normally a medium setting. So probably up to 135 degrees is probably ideal for a 1500 watt inverter. You also have the fridge running and lights at night, so you could allow for that as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Won't have the fridge running, but I'll show you the current draw on my battery monitor. Nice looking unit. Shame to get it dirty. But yeah, that'll be the air vents at the back here. You can see the air vents there, because they are fan forced inside. All these induction cookers are, but you need the proper pots and pans. You can't use copper on them or alloy. As I said, it works on magnets. So, and King sell their frying pans and pots and pans, all will work on this or on the fire. So that's what I'm going to get now. Is I'm going to get the pot, and I'm going over the fry pan. I'm going to cook a steak. I'm defrosting it at the moment, and I'll cook a steak on it and show you that. Well, plugged in, haven't got it turned on yet. That's my battery monitor up there. I'm going to try and boil water with this. It should work. If it doesn't, I know not to take that when I go. So I'll try that before I cook. Got my steak defrosting over there. I got all my salts and peppers and garlic infused olive oil and olive oil spray. And I got a packet of mocha over there to have a cup there. So that's what I'm going to try and do now. It's not full, but it's probably up to there on the side. So I'm going to try and boil that on that and see how much current it draws. That's my King's dry pan. So turn this inverter on. Turn this on. It's plugged in. Should be. Turn that on. Yes, I turn that on and I turn this on here. On, it says on. And I don't want the timer. Water. Mode. Nothing on top, of course. So I put the lid on there. Push this on here. Now, go back to doing it. So what wattage am I going up here? That's the battery monitor up there. Just put my glasses on. Only using 124 amps of current. So water. See, I just stripped it out. Yeah, I had too much current. It doesn't like it. So the inverter doesn't like it, okay. On. I'll have it taken down to barbecue. No, it's not going to work very well, is it? So you got to be real quick about it. That's 160 degrees. Drawing 140 amps. So I need to take that down to 120 because of the battery. I'll put it on 90 and see what happens. Drawing 100 and 23 amps and 90. Only 120 amp hour battery. I should take it down a bit lower. Doesn't seem to matter which kind of. It's drawing 124 amps. Not sure. So we're on 120 degrees. Just going to see how it takes. Yeah, well, Kings did tell me to use it on medium. It will work, but no matter what setting I put it, it seems to be drawing the same current. Seems to be drawing the same current, so 124 amps. That's nearly boiling, so it's taken about 5 minutes, I suppose. Yeah, it's boiling there now. So I'm just going to turn this off. Boil water. Took about 11 amp hours. I'll work out if it's going to be feasible to do all this up to the Cape. So that's done. I'll let that run for a while to keep it cool or turning it off. I don't know where the spoon is. Okay, well, I'll turn the inverter off. So it will work on it. I'm just going to work out how I'm going to stir this up. I don't have anything with me at the moment. That's clean. I'm just going to stir it. Yeah, so I'm not sure it's feasible, but it does take a bit of current out of your battery. So to boil water, you could say it's going to take 11 amp hours. Boil a jug suitable for 2 people. Quite a bit of water in there. Probably put too much water in there. So, steak's next. Yeah, okay, I got the steak defrosted. So I'm just going to put some salt and pepper on, then turn on the inverter and see how it goes. So just need to move this down here so you can see me cooking. Right, just put some salt on it. Turn it over. Like a bit of pepper. A bit of salt on that side. Okay. Turn that on. On mode. And add it up to. So you can't run it on 200 degrees. So with this one here, on mode. On. You got to be quick. (160 degrees). Oh, getting hot already. Spray a bit of olive oil. Oh, cooking already. That's how quick the induction cookers are. Not yet. That's how quick they cook. The lid on that. The lid on that. Yeah. They heat up pretty quick. And at the moment, you can see what we're doing up here. What we're drawing. 131 amps. (140 degrees). And it's got to go to barbecue. You've got to be really quick when you turn it on. Turn it on, make sure it's on in here, and you push the mode button 3 times to get it up to barbecue. If you leave it on the other little trip, my 1500 watt inverter off. So yeah, so you got to get up to barbecue, and then you adjust the temperature, and I'd put it down to 140 degrees, which should be good enough to cook. Put that on there. it's sliding around everywhere. That's one thing you need to be aware of. It moves and slides on the glass top. Yeah, so it's automatically gone up to 160 for some reason. We're drawing 127 amps of current. 84% left in the battery after making that coffee. And you can see it's cooking quite well. You can see it's cooking quite well. So yeah, on a 1500 watt inverter you can have it 160 degrees and it's fine. But you can't go any higher than that. You've got to use barbecue. Haven't been using the timer. Wow, cooks quite quick. That should do it. Turn it off. Just leave the inverter to run a little bit to cool itself. Put this on the plate. Yeah, so you can see how it cooked and didn't take long at all. The percentage is 80% left in the battery after a coffee and a cooking session. It will be a bit lower if you're using a fridge, of course. I'm only using 1 amp of current now, so I'm just going to turn the inverter off. That's the inverter off. Yeah, so I'll just cut it up. Tiny bit long, too long, so peak in the middle. Yum. You can see pink in the middle still. Yeah, good. That's a perfect cooked steak for me. And yeah, it didn't take long at all on the inverter. Yeah, I'm going to take this up the Cape. I reckon it'd be a good standby system in case I need it. Yummy. Yeah, well, I'm going to pack it away, cool down, plug it out of there, put it into here. Put it into there. Should be room down one side to put it. Yeah, there's room down the side to put it. Close it up. Nice bag. And that's it. The only drawback I can see, I'll just turn you up again. The only drawback I can see is that it's glass. You've got to be a bit careful, even though it's a padded bag. Beautiful bag, nice King's logo on the front here. You can see that. Good zippers, big long tags on them, like that. A rubber handle, good non-slip handle. Yeah, the only drawback, as I said, is that it is glass, and you've got to be a bit careful with it. But it will be a good addition to most people's camping gear. I got a lot of electrical stuff. I don't take on every trip. I take it for certain times, and if my son comes with me, I'll take it with him, so it'll be easier to cook than anything else. So yeah, so I'm happy it's in that bag and it looks nice and neat and tidy. Well, I've just shown you what current it draws when you use a King's induction cooker. It is draw 20 amps, 20% out of the battery to make cook a steak, or 2 steaks probably, and enough water for 3 people or 4 people. So you cook. So that means you can use the rest for washing up. 2 people, 2 steaks, and it uses 20% out of your battery. So you'll be running your fridge as well and lights, but lights don't use much at all. So you can work out that there's plenty of battery there. How much is left? Let's put some glasses on to see. So there's 23 amp hours need to go back in. So because I got a 25 amp DC charger, if I drive for an hour, all that current will go back in. So it'll be slightly down further, so if it's more than an hour, I'll replenish it. My solar panels will put that current back in as well, because I got 120 and a 240 watt blankets, and there's plenty of power going back in during the middle of the day, so that'll also replenish it. So it will work well for me. Not that I'm going to be using it very much, but when I go to the Cape, I'm trying to lighten my load, what I'm taking with me. I'm not going to have a fire. I'm going to eat out as much as I can at the roadhouses and the caravan parks, wherever we're going to, and try and promote and help them by eating in there and buying the fuel off them and things like that. So I will take standby food, but it'll only be for standby in case we don't need it, and breakfast and lunches, of course, and even then we can still eat somewhere else. So yes, it's good, looks good, looks the part, works well with the King's cooking gear they sell, yeah, I give it a couple of thumbs up for ease of use and cooking with it, because it cooks quite quickly. The only drawback is when you turn it on, it says on, and when you push the mode button, you have to be really quick to get it up to barbecue, otherwise it strips the inverter and goes to red instead of green. Then within a few seconds it comes back to green again, so you have to be quick enough to do that. And on barbecue is the ideal setting to cook a steak, and it'll be ideal to cook boiled water on a 1500 watt inverter. So yeah, I believe that whole thing is ideal to do it that way. but you've got to be quick about it. So, and it will draw about 125 amps of current. Even though the battery's rated at 120 amps, it will do it, and King say it'll do it. So yeah, I'm happy with the setup now. Well, I hope you like this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Cheers.